Welcome to Toasté. My name is Chia Fan. I'm happy to introduce my team, Toasté. To get started, let me ask you a question. Do you ever get into a thermostat war with your colleagues? Especially during winter, when there's always that one Michigan guy who insists on setting it to 60 degrees? We've all been there. The thing is, oftentimes it's the Michigan guy who ends up winning the battle. But why? He can't do anything if it's hot, but you can layer off if you're cold. So it makes sense that you're supposed to lose and suffer with the cold. You're not alone. As stressful as it may sound for you during your 9 to 5, some people suffer the same thing, just this time, more permanently. Remember your grandparents with tons of blankets and sweaters on, even when it's 90 degrees out there? Again, we can relate. Everyone feels comfortable at different temperatures. In winter, 52% of offices are considered too cold. A study by Cornell University found that cold environment directly affects productivity. Specifically, when people feel cold, they make 44% more error due to decreased brain activities, which can raise the labor cost by 10%. For older people, they have to deal with this much longer than just at work. A decrease in circulation as they age causes them to feel cold much more easily. We looked at different solutions currently on the market and evaluated them in terms of the heating capabilities versus convenience. The most effective but least convenient one is space heater. It is then followed by the heat blanket or heating gloves hot pack, which must be boiled every time to reheat, and the mini fan heater, which is not very portable and doesn't help a lot. With our product Toasté, we aim to be highly portable but also highly effective at warming up. The mechanism behind our solution is pulse poise in the body. The reason behind the name is because these pores have blood vessels close enough to the skin surface that we can feel the pulse. If we warm up these areas, basically the blood there gets warmed up and circulates through the body, creating that overall warming effect. The effect is similar to the relief feeling we get when being cold and wrapping our hands around a warm mug of hot chocolate. Since our goal is portability, we choose the risk to develop a wearable watch. The watch uses infrared technology to warm up the pulse points at the wrist. This technology has been used in many current space heaters thanks to its energy efficiency and low cost. In fact, this technology is already applied in many buildings and are totally safe to warm up people. The watch has been tested to effectively and quickly warm you up to your desired spot. The most important aspect of using this heating source, infrared, is the huge potential that our solution is able to offer compared to similar devices in the market. Toasté does not heat the device, but rather it heats up the skin only. The inside components are extremely compact that it is completely possible for it to be integrated into another device. Although our current design is a watch, in the future we plan to design models that can be integrated into current smartwatch or as part of a watch band that come as an accessory to it. Currently, the only similar product with the same poise principle as Toasté on the market is Wave, which costs $300, nearly 4 times the price of Toasté. We recognize the reason for Wave's higher price is because they can both warm up and cool down. However, we only target people who feel cold most of the time. By eliminating the cool down function, we were able to use a different technology that allows us to drive down cost significantly, as well as making the watch much lighter and smaller. To put things into perspective, here's the specs of an Apple Watch Series 3. It's nearly the same price as Wave, same weight, but significantly smaller dimension. This is also what most online reviewers say about Wave. Maybe because it's the only product in the market right now, but a lot of them say that the price is too high and it's too bulky. This is not a problem for Toasté as our product is as small as a normal watch, making it more aesthetically attractive. Last but not least, as described in the previous slide, since we use a different heating source that does not heat our device unlike Wave, we can incorporate other features into our device that will offer more value for customers. Since Wave is our only direct competitor, we also look at the financial numbers to evaluate the real demand for the product. Wave started out on Kickstarter back in 2017 and raised $600,000. For the second round, they received $6 million and $13 million for the next. Their revenue last year is $3 million. We also performed a market research with 565 participants, and the responses have been positive. Therefore, we can safely say that the demand for similar products is quite a lot. And this is evidenced by the wearable market. According to Statista, last year the market is worth $3.3 billion with nearly 40 million users. We then focus on young office workers who are more willing to embrace new technology. We then narrowed down our focus to customers including both elders and office workers closer to Philadelphia first before expanding further. This $500 million market serves as our main target market during the early startup stage. Our financial projection shows that we can break even by the second quarter of third year and start making profit. Our total operating income before tax by the end of year 3 is almost $1 million. Most sales in year 1 will come from crowdfunding campaigns. In year 2, we'll heavily invest in marketing this year to jumpstart sales. In year 3, we'll launch new version that incorporates more functions and aligns better with customers' need. This is also the year we break even and start making profits. We'll be working on assembling the right team this year. Our team has a CEO, operating, marketing, sales, and engineering leads. Currently, we have 4 Temple engineering students to develop the product as part of our senior design project. We, as co-founders, will assume these roles temporarily until we can bring specialists in these areas on board with us. We'll also seek out help from incubators, accelerators, and experienced people to be in our advisory board. For our fall product, we procure all parts and components from outside vendors and have a contract manufacturer for assembly and quality testing to reduce costs. In terms of distribution, Toasté is a B2C company that operates mainly online. Customers can make purchases through either our website or Amazon. We're targeting 2 different demographics, elders and young workers. However, our marketing strategy will be the same at this stage to save costs. For seniors, we're mainly targeting the children and grandchildren as gifts. For both targets, at early stage, we'll focus on Facebook and Instagram ads since these platforms have huge amount of users. For the next step, due to the special situation this year with COVID-19, we'll push back our product launch for 1 year. The reason is where we recognize that our product is most definitely not the first thing people would buy after they just come out of quarantine or recession. Instead, we utilize this time to improve our prototype, add more features in to make it more attractive to customers. By Q3, we plan to finalize the prototype and start designing website and campaign materials, and file for a provisional patent. We'll work on completing our non-provisional patent application and finalize all of our providers, manufacturers, channels by Q1 next year. With everything ready, we'll select our advisory board, try to raise $200K from friends, family, and angel investors, and then begin a crowdfunding campaign by Q2 to secure our first sales. The last quarter will be all about improving numbers of seeders and, most importantly, expanding our management team. Our exit potential is strong, considering how the wellness wearable market is booming. 5 years ago, Intel acquired Recon for $175 million. Last year, Fitbit was acquired by Google for $2 billion. It is also worth noting how technology has allowed the incorporation of wearable features into smartwatch, so the 2 markets are on the way of converging right now. In 2020, wearables market is worth $3.3 billion, while smartwatch industry is $14.5 billion. Imagine the big number when those 2 merge together. This means a lot for us since our technology allows the system to be extremely compact that we're confident it can be incorporated into a smartwatch later on, either inside the device or as a watch band as mentioned before. This fact will make it easier for us to attract acquisition interest of current smartwatch giants like Apple or Samsung. This is the end of our 9-minute pitch. Thank you for listening.